Hello, everybody. My name is Dakota Emmons, and today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about my experience as a people to people student ambassador for the United States. When I was 17, I got recruited, I guess you could say, by two faculty members out of my school district for a possibility to be a people to people candidate. People to People was set up by President Eisenhower to ensure that students of the United States kept good relations with other countries. People to People takes trips all over the United States and also all over the world to strengthen these relations with not only other students but other people in general. My particular trip went to Australia for 3 weeks, which was quite an experience that most people will probably never get to experience in their life. Australia is an absolutely beautiful place. We started our trip in St. Louis, Missouri, from which we flew to Los Angeles, California, and then got on a plane in Los Angeles and flew to Sydney, Australia for our 3 week duration of being in Australia. This flight was 17 hours, and for those of you who have not been on a plane for that long, it tends to be very, very boring. However, when we arrived in Sydney, Sydney was absolutely gorgeous. The harbor area reminded me of Boston, with the size being comparable to New York City in the United States. The culture was similar to New York City. It was very upscale, more of a rich area, and the people, however, were not comparable to New York City. In my time that I spent in New York City, the people were very rude and very hard to get along with. And my whole time I was in Australia, I never had a problem getting along with anybody, as the people were way more friendly than those in the United States. However, with that being said, there are still good people in the United States. We started our 3 week journey in Sydney, and we ended our 3 week journey in a city called Cairns, which is about 2,000 miles from Sydney. So you can imagine the amount of ground that we covered in that 3 week period. We got to do all kinds of cool things that were not offered to the public, which is kind of neat because not only were we U.S. citizens going to Australia, which not a whole lot of U.S. citizens get to do, but we even got to do things that Australian citizens don't even get to do in their own country, which is pretty cool. We got to do things such as snorkel the Great Barrier Reef and go to the rainforest, which was very neat. There's a lot of cool things in Australia, a lot of cool people. One group of people in particular is the Aborigines people, which are one of the oldest groups of people known to this date, and they still use some of the same tactics and some of the same things that they used back when they were first founded, which I thought was pretty neat. We did have time to strengthen our relations, I do believe, with Australia while we were over there. Several different stays. We got to stay on a homestay, and also we got to stay on a farm to kind of learn more about the culture and get to know more about the culture. And it kind of shocked me how much people from Australia actually know about the United States, which is weird because most people in the United States don't know a whole lot about Australia. Like I said, however, though, we were able to strengthen our connections with Australia, I do believe. And overall, we had a good time while we were over there. And I think this was a great experience. And I think it would be a great experience for anyone. Thank you.